We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Putin rival found dead, Biden's liquid gas moratorium shelved, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. The House voted yesterday afternoon in favor of stripping the Biden administration's authority to permit natural gas export projects in a blow to the president's climate agenda. In a 224 to 200 vote, the House approved the Unlocking Domestic LNG Potential Act, with 215 Republicans and 9 Democrats voting in favor. Representative August Pfluger, who chairs the House Energy Action Team, introduced the legislation on February 1st, arguing that it would ultimately overturn President Biden's recent actions pausing permits for new liquefied natural gas LNG export projects. Just last year, President Biden told the Europeans that they needed to get off Russian gas and that the U.S. would supply their liquid natural gas needs. Now that it is an election year, he is reneging on that deal to appease his radical climate base, Pfluger said. 2/3 of the world's natural gas is produced in 4 countries: Russia, Iran, the United States, and Qatar. This effective ban on U.S. LNG exports is a gift to Putin and the Iranian regime that just killed 3 service members with their weapons to the Houthis, the Texas lawmaker continued. I am proud to stand up for American jobs when the president seems to only stand up for the interests of Russia and Iran. Russia's prison agency announced Friday that prominent Vladimir Putin critic and opposition leader Alexei Navalny has died at the age of 47. The Federal Prison Service said in a statement that Navalny felt unwell after a walk on Friday and lost consciousness, according to the Associated Press. An ambulance arrived to try to rehabilitate him, but he died, the statement added. Navalny's spokesperson said in a post on X that we have no confirmation of this yet. Alexei's lawyer is currently on his way to CARP. As soon as we have some information, we will report on it, Kyryalmish added. The Justice Department defended Special Counsel Robert Hur's report on President Biden after the White House sent a pointed letter to the agency. In the letter, Associate Deputy Attorney General Bradley Weinsheimer defended the Hur report and its release to the public. Having carefully considered your arguments, the department concludes that the report as submitted to the Attorney General and its release are consistent with legal requirements and department policy, the letter, which was sent to White House counsel Ed Siskel and personnel counsel to Joe Biden Bob Bauer, said. Democrats have attacked the special counsel's conclusions about Biden's memory as being politically motivated. Biden has attacked the special counsel for asking questions about the death of his son, Beau, but sources have confirmed that Biden brought up his son's death, not the special counsel. Egyptian authorities, fearful that an Israeli military push further into southern Gaza will set off a flood of refugees, are building an 8-square-mile walled enclosure in the Sinai Desert near the border, according to Egyptian officials and security analysts. For weeks, Egypt has sought to bolster security along the frontier to keep Palestinians out, deploying soldiers and armored vehicles and reinforcing fences. The massive new compound is part of contingency plans if large numbers of Gazans do manage to get in. More than 100,000 people could be accommodated in the camp, according to Egyptian officials. It is surrounded by concrete walls and far from any Egyptian settlements. Large numbers of tents, as yet unassembled, have been delivered to the site, these people said. Iran's arms industry is growing rapidly, turning the country into a large-scale exporter of low-cost, high-tech weapons whose clients are vexing the U.S. and its partners in the Middle East, Ukraine, and beyond. The transformation of the industry, accelerated by Russia's 2022 purchase of thousands of drones that altered the battlefield in Ukraine, has helped Tehran scale up its support of militia allies in Middle East conflicts that have intensified alongside Israel's war with Hamas in Gaza. The U.S. revealed details of an operation in January to capture weapons from Iran headed to Houthi rebels. A U.S. Coast Guard ship seized weapons intended for the Houthi militant group during an operation in the Arabian Sea in late January, U.S. Central Command announced on Thursday. On January 28th, personnel aboard the Coast Guard cutter Clarence Sutphin Jr. located and boarded a vessel, the command said in a statement, not specifying who operated the boat or providing other details. But the shipment originated from Iran, the command said. Once on board, Coast Guard members found more than 200 packages of medium-range ballistic missile components, explosives, unscrewed underwater and surface vehicle components, military-grade communication and network equipment, and anti-tank guided missile launcher components, according to Central Command. The seizure came as the Iran-backed Houthi rebels in the Red Sea continued to target commercial shipping, prompting strikes from the U.S. and allies. The Justice Department has indicted an FBI whistleblower who presented evidence about bribes from Burisma to Joe Biden. Special Counsel David Weiss late Thursday unsealed charges claiming that the FBI informant, Alexander Smirnov, falsely said Hunter Biden and his father Joe Biden were each paid $5 million protection bribes by Ukrainian energy company Burisma in 2015 or 2016. Smirnov, 43, was arrested Wednesday at the Las Vegas airport. Weiss is also prosecuting Hunter Biden on gun and tax charges. House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer said his committee will continue to follow the facts to determine whether articles of impeachment are warranted. Mortgage rates are inching up after reports of hotter than expected inflation data showed continued strength in the U.S. economy, with inflation still over its 2% target alongside a robust job market. The market's anxious about when the Fed will start cutting its benchmark interest rate, which is currently keeping mortgage rates elevated. The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 6.77% as of February 15th, according to data released by Freddie Mac on Thursday. That's up 13 basis points from the previous week. 1 basis point is the equal to 1/100th of a percentage point. Mortgage rates were last at this level in mid-December, when rates fell below 7% for the first time since August. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.